Good morning, it's time for another equipment video coming to you from where else but Disneyland. I've been shooting on the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 for a little over a year now, and in the last few months I've been buying and experimenting with different accessories. So I'm going to show you all of the accessories that I use, a few that I bought just out of curiosity so I could have them in case a use case came up. But there are a few that I'm definitely going to work into my gotta bring it every trip kind of rotation, and a few specialty items that I might bring just when the situation calls for it. So when I bought the DJI, I bought the Creator Combo Kit. It came with a bunch of things, a bunch of really cool things. Some things I don't use. It came with a little soft zip pouch that I don't really use. It came with a battery handle, which is neat, but it's only a one-time use. Once you use that battery handle to charge up the device, it's kind of useless for the rest of that day until you can get back to charge it. So I bring it sometimes on short trips if I'm not planning on doing a lot of filming, but I found that I don't use it that often. The mobile kit also came with a wide angle adapter. This just magnets over the lens and gives a slightly wider field of view. It's not much, but it does make a difference, and I do use it quite often. The Creator Kit, as well as the regular kit, comes with this hard case, and it has some retention built in for your magnetic filters. You can mount the microphone to this, and the DJI fits in here. It protects the screen, it protects the gimbal, and it protects the lens, and it's pretty solid, and it still fits in the pocket. It's got kind of this rubberized grip that I really like, so it's really hard to drop, it's really hard to lose. I use this all the time. So the next pieces that came in the Creator Kit were these. This is just a little plastic block, has a USB-C and some little grabber fins on one side. It's got 1/4 on the bottom. And then you got a little set of tripod legs with, again, 1/4. So you can connect these, and then this attaches to the bottom of the camera, and you've got a little tripod. A company called Ulanzi has come out with a better version of this. First of all, I don't like how big this is. It's light because it's plastic, but it could be smaller. And especially when you connect it to this, it's all plastic, it's super light, but again, it's this big. Ulanzi made this. Check that out, how small it is. It's a 1/4 the size. Same thing, it's got little grabby claws and a USB-C for attaching to the bottom of the camera. And then it's got these little spring-loaded tripod legs. These are spring-loaded, so when I want to, I can just set the camera down, it'll freestand, and then I can just pick it up and the legs automatically fold back up. So this is brilliant. The one downside to this little tripod piece, it does have a 1/4 on the bottom, so it comes as two pieces. It comes with this little metal block that attaches to the camera, and then it comes with the little spring-loaded tripod feet, and those attach with an Allen key to the bottom. So you need a tool if you want to separate the two and use the 1/4 on the bottom of this. So you got to kind of either decide, do you want just a small compact mount and unmount 1/4, or do you want the tripod legs kind of permanently attached? I chose to keep the tripod legs permanently attached, and I found something else that does a better job of putting the 1/4 on the bottom of the camera. This thing is really, really cool, and this might be my favorite piece. So it has, again, the USB-C, so I can still charge the camera. It's got the little pinchy, grippy things for attaching it to the bottom of the camera. It's got a 1/4 on the bottom, and these fold out in case I still have any old GoPro finger mounts. It's a folding GoPro finger mount. This base A is flat, and so I don't even need the mini tripod necessarily. I can just lay this on the ground and it's a little flatter than the bottom of the actual camera. It's also Arca Swiss compatible. So now I can clamp this to my clamps, to my tripods. So 1/4-20 GoPro finger mount, flat base for table use, and Arca Swiss compatibility. That's 4 already. There's one more mount that it's compatible with. And this one I think is made by Ulanzi, or it's the Insta360 standard. It's these little pinch pieces on the side again, but it's wider than the base of the camera. It won't attach to the base of the camera, but it will attach to this. And not only does it attach and lock, so now that transitions to the next piece that's really cool. This is a folding or a pivoting cold shoe mount that also has 1/4-20 on the bottom of it, and it can pivot not quite 180 degrees. So now what I can do with this is I can attach this to a cold shoe. I can attach the camera, the Pocket 3, to the top of this cold shoe. I can pivot it up, I can pivot it down, and now I can record if I want to shoot stills and record video with the Osmo. This is a lot easier than some of the other cold shoe mounts I've been playing with in the past, especially when I can mount and unmount the camera that quickly. So that is really cool. So these are my 3 favorites from Ulanzi so far: the cold shoe mount, the Arca mount, and the baby tripod. These now come with me on every trip, and all 3 of these take up less space than a couple of batteries. So these things are awesome. These are now part of my permanent kit, and with these things I can do just about everything. And if I really had to, I could leave this one at home, especially if I'm bringing a tripod or a clamp or something with an Arca mount, because this does all the same stuff. This is the one I can't live without. This is the smallest, most well thought out piece of third-party equipment I've seen in a long, long time. And this thing costs, I don't even know if it costs 20 bucks. It's all metal. It doesn't feel cheap. I mean, this thing is just amazing. If you have a Pocket 3, you need this. You need it. Go get one. So now let's talk about a few other things that I picked up for kind of specialized use cases. The first one is this. It is a full-on camera cage. I don't know the model number for this. It's not printed on it like most of the other stuff, but this has a little lock here. You pull that down and it opens. The camera goes inside it, snaps closed. You access your buttons and your joystick from here. Screen has room to pivot right here. The bottom of the DJI is exposed, so you can still access the USB-C port and the little latch recesses for mounting other accessories. And then this gives you a couple things. On the back, it gives you that same 1/4-20 and flip out GoPro finger mount that we saw on the other plate. So that's one way to mount things. It's got its own cold shoe on the side if you want to mount something like a video light or a microphone. And then on all 4 sides, it's got the little recesses for, if you remember this, that Insta360 Action or whatever this spec mount is. This has one of those on each side, so it's got one on its left side. It's got one on its right side on the cold shoe. This here on the back, it mounts there. And it also has a little plate on the front. It can mount to the front. So that's 4 places to mount this, plus a cold shoe, plus 1/4-20, plus finger mount. That's a lot of options. This is, I think, one of the more expensive of the items because it's huge. Again, this is made of solid metal. solid metal hinges, metal latches. Like it's not heavy, but it feels solid. It's really well made. The downside is it's kind of bulky in your hand. So imagine, and again, the camera goes inside this. So now where the DJI was really, really small and easy to hold, it's a lot less ergonomic. All of these things stick out on the side. It's smooth, it's nice, but it's just not pocketable. And also now, if you have this on the camera, it doesn't fit in the carrying case. And so that's where you need this. So these two seem to sometimes be marketed together. This will be on the camera, and then this will go over the gimbal and protect the screen. This is super affordable. It was, I think, $7 or $8, and I hate it. I do not like it. It feels very flimsy. There's no real latch here. It's just these little pinch connectors. You just gotta kind of pinch it and flex it to open it. And it opens and closes really easily right now. When it's on the actual camera, you're trying to squeeze this and lift it, and it just, for some reason, when it's on the camera, it doesn't really feel like it works. And I always feel like I'm doing more damage to the gimbal trying to put force on this and bend it and open it. When I open it, half the time the gimbal twists. And there was one other piece that I picked up, and it's my least favorite. And it looks like this. It still has that claw connection on the front and on the back. So you have this, where did it go? You have this connection on two sides. It does have a cold shoe on the side. It has a little slot so you can access the memory card. And it's got this F22 attachment, which is Ulanzi's kind of their mini Arca Swiss. And then it's got quarter 20 and GoPro finger mount. I don't like this because it needs tools. This is the one thing that needs tools. It comes with a tool. It comes magnetically. It's got this little, that's supposed to be a screwdriver. And you need that screwdriver to work this little set screw right there. And that little tensioning screw right there. And it works. It does work. What I don't like about it, for me, is I have to take off my Peak Design anchor link because the hole that mounts to gets in the way of this part of the mount. This doesn't mount and unmount as easily, so I have to kind of commit to using this because I have to take that Peak Design anchor link off and then getting it back on. If you saw my video of how to mount that, it's a pain in the butt to mount that. So I haven't played with this too much, but it does work. Also, this little screwdriver key thing is a real pain to use, and I don't even have that big of fingers, but if your hands are any bigger than mine, you're not going to be able to manipulate this. So that means you're going to also have to carry a screwdriver with you to use it. So it's a really cool idea. It's a really well-engineered solution if this is too bulky. But this, remember this guy? The little Arca plate? Once I got this, I almost never even think about bringing these anymore. Forgot to talk about the other one that I can't live without, the microphone. The noise canceling on this microphone is amazing. If some of you watched a few of my earlier videos when I first got this camera, I did not know how to turn the noise canceling on this microphone on. Now I do. If the light is yellow, that means noise canceling is on. And it's done. There's an idling boat engine behind me near the Columbia, and you probably can't even hear it. It's been going this whole time. The noise canceling on this is absolutely amazing. So I hope you enjoyed my little quick rundown of what DJI Osmo Pocket 3 accessories I like to use. If you have a DJI Pocket, a few of these, I really, really recommend picking them up, and a few of them I don't. So hopefully that's useful to you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.